So today I presented at a webinar where we're talking about economic challenges and the various issues. A challenging time, um, that we're currently facing in the wider business community, or just the wider community, that many people are exposed to. I was talking about innovative tech and how we can use that to overcome some of the challenges. And some of the things coming out of that conversation, and this was my topic, right? So this was the slide deck that I put together, and we're talking about leapfrogging these economic roadblocks, right? So some of the challenges that we're facing there, and one of the things that I sort of highlighted is that yes, there's lots of cool tech out there. We've got the likes of ChatGPT, right? It's this uber cool thing that we can sort of play around with, that people are, just they're flocking to, and they're really focusing in on that, right? This little guy, ChatGPT, we go and ask the AI for all of these things, and it's going to solve world hunger and all the other problems. Well, it might, but it's more about how it's going to be used in other systems, how we bake it into the basic tools and activities that we do every single day. The smartphone in itself, when it was launched by Steve Jobs back in 2007, didn't change the world overnight, but it was the start of something that allowed us to change the world overnight. Likes of Uber and Uber Eats and Airbnb and other businesses out there didn't really exist until we sort of started to get the infrastructure and the technology and all the cloud stuff that was happening around when the smartphone was released. And smartphones have been around for a long time. It was just happened a time with when Apple brought it out that it really started to change the world. Now, you walk out the front door without that darn device, you feel naked, right? The point I'm trying to make here is that it's not the shiny, flashy tech that's going to change the world. What is going to make the biggest impact is someone who can actually go and solve what I call the 1,000 paper cuts. The 1,000 little things that irritate you every single day. How we go and change that, how we transform that, how we make an impact by getting rid of the annoyances. You do this enough times and you get comfortable doing it, then anything we're going to face in the future is going to seem trivial, because we're so used to encountering roadblocks every single day, encountering situations or things that annoy us or drive us insane, that we've learned how to eliminate them. So yet another one, it might be bigger than the last ones we've been working on, comes along and we just go, huh? And we just move on with life. We just get it done. So instead of focusing on the really cool tech that's out, we should keep an eye on it, don't get me wrong. Instead of focusing on that, focus on all the little changes you can make in your business that's going to make an impact. Because the simple truth is that you could try to bolt on this new, fancy, cool technology, and it's about as effective as building the penthouse before the concrete of your basement has even dried. Skyhooks aren't as effective as you think they might be. So you've got to build from the foundations. You've got to keep building. By the time you get to the penthouse, then whatever, and if you've got everything else in play, then the cool tech that comes along, you can just roll with it and adopt that in, and it's going to be trivial. It's going to be easy because it's part of your DNA. It's the way you and your business operate. So be wary of the shiny cool tech. Be wary of the shiny new toys, etc. Especially if you haven't done your homework and got the foundations of your business rock solid and doing everything that it needs to do, and you've sold your 1,000 paper cut.